What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros, and welcome back to some more My Hero Ultra Impact. We just had the maintenance conclude, we got our data download, and it may tell us when the global 1-year anniversary is going to start. So before we go ahead and get into all of that, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, make sure it says subscribe, click that bell, turn on all notifications, send on any future videos, drop a like down below, and comment what do you think of today's units and memories, and also what do you think the global 1-year anniversary holds for us now that we've seen some of this stuff here today? So, as I already said, maintenance concluded. We had a maintenance earlier tonight from 12 to 1700 JST from the 26th to 26th. So it just concluded like a couple hours ago, roughly, at the time recording this video. But we did have that. The maintenance was for an app update, and the app update actually brought one thing specifically in terms of what they listed as new things. They added voice lines to the voice data collection in trust level. So that's already available now that the app is live. You can go in the game and see all that stuff. But that was the major thing that they included in the app update, notes. So that was it. Nothing really too spectacular. There's no new buffs or debuffs or anything. I already tried looking for those. No new icons for like events or anything like that. But because global anniversary will start a little later, we could potentially get another maintenance, and also obviously we're going to get another data download. So, we very well could get a maintenance. I don't think we will. Actually, I really don't think we will, judging based on the end times of some of this stuff, but there is that. But let's go ahead and just take a peek at what this this data download did bring us. So here we go. So first of all, here's the upcoming gift items. We got tickets all the way up until March here, so that's going to be good. Got all those episode tickets coming up. And then also we have some of these here. Now this only goes up to the 14th, which the banner end date is on the 15th. So just keep in mind, this isn't for anniversary. None of this is for anniversary. This is just leading up to the anniversary specifically. But there is that. But the long wait is over. We finally got a green or int Bakugo UR. Finally, we also got a green SR Deku, which is a Black Whip Deku, by the way. And then we got the free-to-play DST Gran Torino, and we got some cool memories here as well. But before we go ahead and take a look at the characters and whatnot, let's take a look at the events. So the current event right now is going on, and the upcoming one, which is this, it's going to be starting on the 1st when midnight ends, and then when midnight's banner goes away specifically, it's going to go all the way until the 13th, which is just a few days before the banner ends, actually. So the event's going to end on the 13th. I would expect a data download for the new stuff, or roughly for anniversary stuff, around February 9th or 10th. So, mark those calendars, February 9th and 10th. That's when we're going to possibly see some information about the units for the global anniversary. Also, before we get into this, this end date, because Global's anniversary is probably going to start right after this banner, specifically this Bakugo banner, it seems like because Bakugo's event comes with the Gran Torino character, the global anniversary is going to be a memory event. Now, they could change that, right? It's not set in stone. We don't know what they plan on actually doing, so that could be different. They could just be like, hey, screw the predictability that we have in our game. We're gonna go ahead and just throw out another character event anyway. I don't know if they'll actually do that. I kind of have my doubts, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. But it is looking like the next event, and the event that comes with the anniversary, is going to be a memory event. The only upcoming banner that we didn't get any new ticket banners. We didn't get any of these banners except for the VE one that's actually live right now for the VE Tower rankings. But we didn't get any new data except for this upcoming banner, which again is going to start on the 1st, and that's going to go until the 15th at 14:59. Judging by the end time, 14:59:59, it is looking like we are most likely not going to get a maintenance after this banner, or roughly for the next data download. So it is looking like that, because maintenance times usually around between 12 to 1700 JST. So banners would usually end a little earlier, but it does seem like, we could very well get another maintenance before this banner ends. We don't know, so we could possibly get a maintenance. It still is up in the air. We'll have to wait and see, but it is looking like the banner itself is going to end on the 15th, and that is when we are going to see the login information as well end also. So we do have the global 1 year anniversary countdown login bonus. Day 1 is 50 stamina. We have day 2 for the memory pots, and then we have the candy bars, characters, the helmet. We have 20 gems here, 30 gems here, 50 gems, and also the hero thing here. And yeah, so the login and bonus event, this goes from the 1st all the way until the 15th to get those 7-day login bonuses. So they give you a little bit of an extra leeway. So you're, you know, if maybe you miss a day, then you can still get all the login stuff regardless. But yeah, it seems like that this is only going to be lasting until the 15th. When the countdown login bonus ends, that is when I would expect the anniversary to finally come, and that is when we can expect to see the anniversary officially start, is probably when this countdown bonus ends. So as you know, as you can see, there is a new Deku art, by the way, just to let you know, new Deku art looking cool. Also, I structured the login bonus graphic. Hopefully you guys like the graphic, and just want to provide something cool for all you guys to look at. And then also we have the new weekend login bonuses coming up as well. This is all 4 dates of when those will come out. So it's looking like every weekend up until the 27th, this is going to be our login bonus for the weekend. So we have 80 gems and 150 stamina every weekend there. So that's cool. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Also, in terms of events, no climax battles. We did get new case file chapters, which is not available on the site right now, but there are new case file chapters available as well. So that is already live in game as well at the time of recording this video. So we have the next chapter there. I believe chapter 3. But I know that we just let's get into it, because this is there's really not much else except for one other thing. There's one other thing that did come with this data download, and I wanted to just show you this real quick. So look, this is the new Deku real quick. These are his icons, okay? And let's actually just take a little peek at the old Black Whip Deku UR, who has these 2 icons for his action skills. This is a brand new action skill icon that no current Deku character uses. And yes, this is for a Deku character because it uses character ID for Deku in the file name. So yes, this is for a Deku looking like a Black Whip action skill icon, but this is not currently used by the new SR Deku or the previous UR Black Whip Deku. So it may or may not be for anniversary. We do not know yet. We could potentially be seeing a Black Whip or Vigilante Deku for anniversary. That's entirely possible. Or this is just added way ahead of time, and then we get a Black Whip Vigilante Deku way after anniversary at some point. Because this is not used. I tried looking to see if it was used anywhere within the game. This is not used. It might be maybe by a boss. I don't think by a boss, actually. This is most likely only used by an upcoming character. Well, this is for an upcoming character. A boss may have like the Black Whip skill, but bosses don't actually use the icons at all. So this isn't related to bosses now that I think about it. But this, either Black Whip Vigilante Deku for anniversary, or this is for a future Deku in general. So expect a Black Whip Deku to come. This being an action skill icon, there is a reason for it as well. If we go to the Black Whip Deku here that's coming up, this new SR one, his Plus Ultra, actually, before we get into that, if we look at the previous UR Black Whip Deku, you realize none of his skills are actually Black Whip related. Like his skills are not named Black Whip. But this Deku here has Black Whip Plus Ultra. So usually what happens is SR units, their Plus Ultras become UR action skills. So this Black Whip here will become a UR action skill, and then this icon will become the icon for the action skill that uses Black Whip. So an upcoming Deku character, Black Whip action skill as well, coming up for whatever the future unit may be. Again, it could be for anniversary. What do you guys think? Do you think we will get Vigilante Black Whip Deku for anniversary, or do you think it'll be for something later on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, by the way. But either way, let's just go ahead and take a look at Bakugo first. Before we take a look at that, let's just take a meander at his Plus Ultra as well, which is Plus Ultra looking pretty cool. I like it. I mean, got some rapid AP shots and then just one massive downward explosion. You know, I'm thinking that's I'm liking it. I think it's okay. I mean, it's a general unit, nothing too fancy or anything like that. He has his mask on in his model. I know that everyone always says something about about that at some point, but I do believe that this is a cool PU. It's cool. It's nothing, again, nothing too fancy, nothing too flashy, but I do think that it is rather cool. But either way. Also, by the way, I'm looking at this Bakugo and all the units and whatnot at their maximum potential. If you want to check out their level 1, 2, 3, and DX level 1 and all that stuff on the website, link to the website down in the description down below for you guys. But green, finally we got Int Bakugo. He's finally coming to the game. We have armor piercing shot infinity as his plus ultra. We just saw the animation there. Deals 700% damage to a single opponent. Medium chance of 35% of burning the opponent for 3 turns. And it increases character's critical hit rate by 15%, which this is new, by the way. This wasn't there on any character before, but now they've added this to characters. So I would imagine this would be a staple in some characters in the future, but stackable. No limit, infinitely stackable, by the way. So you can stack his crit rate, which is also here in his action skill. But yeah, this is stackable, 100% infinitely stackable if you so choose. But again, that's cool. I'm glad they added this here and stuff like that to the descriptions, not having to guess at it. But all right, so his action skill number 1, armor piercing shot at DX level 2, deals 400% damage to a single opponent, low chance 25% of burning the opponent for 3 turns, also increases character's power by 10%, which is stackable. So the more you use armor piercing shot, the more power that you're going to be able to do on Bakugo with stacking that power buff. Low chance, I would have liked to see that be maybe a medium chance of burning the opponent. You know, just, I think maybe that would have been a little better. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It just really depends on how this guy actually is in theory. But just low chance percentage of burn. That's kind of, nah. It's okay, I guess, but it's not really that fancy. Not really that appealing for a low chance. I would have liked to see this be medium. And maybe this be medium, or at least maybe this be high chance with like 60%, and then this be medium chance of like 35%, like this one. I would put this down here, and then this may be like a 60% high chance or something like that. Either way, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a little lackluster for the medium chances. The stacking is cool with the power and the critical rate, so that'll be interesting to see. And then also he has his action skill, also 5-turn cooldown for both action skills, by the way. Max Firepower DX increases character's critical hit rate by 30% for 4 turns, increases character's power by 10%, which is also stackable. So you can kind of alternate between these. So power, so you get 20% stacking, boom, and you're going to be kind of getting that big old power buff. Also increases character's plus ultra gauge by 40%. So he gives himself some plus ultra. Again, that's nice. I like to see that, giving himself plus ultra. That way you can get that crit rate stacking as well, the more you're able to do that plus ultra damage. So that's cool. And then when battle starts for his first auto skill, makes character static for 3 turns, increases character's critical rate by 20% for 3 turns, and speed by 20% for 3 turns. So this is when the battle starts. After the battle starts and after 3 turns, this is kind of irrelevant. This is nothing after 3 turns. So after 3 turns, you basically have no action skill. So, I mean, it's cool for the first 3 turns, but if you're in a long, drawn-out fight, this is kind of useless after 3 turns. And then his second auto skill increases character's critical skill impact by 25% when critical hit rate is increased. So that's going to kind of go hand in hand with this here is plus ultra. Then also shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 1 for every 3 critical hits. Okay, I like that. That seems good in theory, but it is reliant on crits. So you're going to get the critical skill impact, but you need that to have your critical hit rate increased. So this is going to give you that plus ultra to where you can get this off, which is this is going to be stackable for the crit rate. So that's going to be up by 15%, stacking that up and up and up. Once you keep stacking critical hit rates, you're going to get the critical skill impacts as well being increased. And then also, if you happen to crit, you're going to decrease your action skill cooldown time by 1. Oh, for every 3 critical hits. So you have to do 3 critical hits to get 1 cooldown time reduction. I mean, hold on. Let's also take a look at the art. So this is the Unawakened. I think that's cool. I mean, I like it. I like the fire coming from the gauntlet there. That looks cool. Then here we have this one, which this is, I think, one of the first UA characters to have blood on the character because his eye is damaged and his mask is torn. Thankfully, his Plus Ultra still has the mask, but yes, he is still halfway wearing the mask. But again, this is kind of featuring a little bit of a blood stain there, so really interesting. But I do like the arts. The arts are cool. Again, we have our first Bakugo intelligence type character. Overall, I'm not super impressed by this Bakugo. Again, he's also a general pool unit, and also it's roughly about anniversary time. Would I summon on this on paper? No, not really. I wouldn't say summon on this Bakugo. He's not crazy busted. He's not crazy insane either. I mean, he's cool. The stackable stuff is cool, but that's kind of really all he has going for him. I don't really see him being useful in VE Tower or PvP or Arena. I mean, maybe at low levels of Arena, maybe if you just happen to need a unit for that. But I mean, this Bakugo, he's okay at best. I don't think he's like super busted crazy, just judging by the kit in itself specifically. So yeah, I don't think he's like super crazy busted. I think he's okay at best. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Now here we have Black Whip Intelligence SR Deku. So he has the new Black Whip plus Ultra skill, gives character persistence for 1 turn, deals 500% damage to a single opponent, medium chance, which is 40% of binding the opponent for 1 turn, also inflicts some damage dealt to character. It is a Deku, obviously. I kind of wish they would. I feel like this Black Whip Deku probably, I don't know, the damage dealt to character. I feel like this is a Deku that would have control over his abilities a little bit, but maybe it's an early Black Whip Deku version, so I guess maybe the damage dealt to him would make sense. Also shorten character's action skill cooldown time by 1. Looking at those cooldown times, we'll get to that. And then also cancels all of the character's temporary buffs, which is an odd thing, but I assume it's due to his skill. So let's read his first action skill. Self-sacrifice DX. Increases character's max HP by 35% for 3 turns. Okay, not too bad. Increases character's skill impact by 40% for 3 turns. Okay. Increases character's plus ultra gauge by 35%. Also gives character the ability to make a last stand 4 times with a cooldown of 7 turns. I hate long cooldown times, man. I really hate them. But I mean, okay, so his first action skill gives him a decent amount. So it gives him HP for 3 turns. Then it gives him skill impact for 3 turns as well. Then also increases his plus ultra gauge by 35%. So he's given plus ultra. It's getting max HP, increasing his HP, getting us some skill impact damage buff. Okay, let's look at the second skill. Detroit Smash deals 475% damage to a single opponent. Increases character's skill impact by 30% when power is increased. Also inflicts damage to some character. Okay. Obviously, the inflicted damage to some character is usually just a set amount, usually percentage or whatever it is, but yeah. And then his first auto skill increases character's defense by 15% for 3 turns when battle starts. Again, after the battle starts, after 3 turns, this is irrelevant. Causes character to bleed. I guess it makes sense, right? Let's actually take a look at his art real quick. So this is his unawakened art. It looks cool. I mean, he is kind of battle damage, right? Then his awakened art. You can see kind of like the battle damage to him, and he's ripping his clothes. So I guess the bleed damage would make sense. This is also a very cool art, by the way. Just to let you guys. I like the arts. Arts are always, you know, I like them regardless, usually, most of the time. So he causes character to bleed. Also gives character to make the last stand 1 time. Every time HP falls below 5%. So if you happen to fall below 5%, no matter how many times, you'll make last stand 1 time until you heal, basically. But he also causes character to bleed. So you're going to get bleed damage. On top of dealing damage to yourself, you're probably going to hit 5% rather quickly. So you're going to be able to make last stand 1 time. You're going to be able to make last stand 4 times thanks to your first action skill. Okay. Gives character resilience, increases character's power by 15% when making a last stand. So you're going to get this. So, okay. So, okay, let's read the rest first. Shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 1 when using a successfully executed skill chain. So I guess any of these action skills using in the skill chain. Then also decreases character's defense by 15% for 3 turns when the battle starts. So you start out with a defense drop at the start of turn. Oh my god, Deku's a fluffy kitten. Okay, let's take this. Let's kind of break this down a bit. So this is going to increase your power when making a last stand. So let's go up here. Use your first action skill. You're able to make a last stand 4 times. Okay. Which then once you're making last stands, you're going to get that 15% power buff. Then also if you're using any of these in a skill chain, right? You're going to reduce that cooldown time. So use that, reduce the cooldown time, get the power buff. And then also you're going to get the Hold on. Wait. Oh. Wait. Increases characters. I just noticed this. Increases characters' defense by 50% for 3 turns when the battle starts. Decreases character's defense by 50% when the battle starts. So this just nullifies itself. Why? What is that? Why? You're gonna gain your 15% when the battle starts. Then you're gonna get rid of it. I don't understand why. Why is that a thing? I don't know if anyone noticed that. Doesn't that just nullify itself? Like, isn't that what that's just gonna do? Okay, I guess. Either way, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get your skill impact increase, your HP increase, your plus ultra gauge. Get your last stand. You're gonna get your power buff. You're gonna get your cooldown time, and then also, so since you're using this first, you're gonna get your power buff. Then you're going to get your increases character skill impact when your powers increase. So thanks to this, use this second, you're going to get this next skill impact increase. So increase that, get some damage off. So you're going to get a power buff. You're going to get some skill impact increase, some more. And then we're going to get this stuff here. Get closer to plus ultra. Buff up your character with your power. Then when you do this, you're going to be able to get persistence. You're going to be able to bind the opponent potentially. Then also, you're gonna just that, but after you use your plus ultra, so all of this leads up to getting your plus ultra off and dealing off like some massive damage and essentially resetting the character back to 0 after using the plus ultra. So you're gonna build him up, use plus ultra, he's gonna just lose everything, so then you have to build him back up again. So you're gonna go this, and then boom, this, boom, this, boom. That's kind of how I guess the cycle's gonna go. So I mean, there is that. So Deku's a weird. He's a kid. He's got like all sorts of different things going on. This throws me off. This decreased defense, and then increased defense by the same percentage. Again, this literally just cancels itself. So I don't see the point in that even being there at that rate. But I mean, Deku, he looks okay. I mean, he sounds good, but I mean, again, I don't think he's like insanely crazy either. All right, so we have Gran Torino. Again, looking at this in maximum potential, by the way. Jet speed plus ultra deals 500% damage to a single opponent, increases character skill impact by 30% when evading, also gives character ability to evade 3 times. So use your plus ultra, he's going to give himself evade, then he's going to also give himself the increase, right? Either way. So it's Mountain Jet, action skill 1, deals 300% damage to a single opponent, increases character skill impact by 30% when evading, also increases skill impact by 20% when character speed is increased. So you're going to get extra skill impact for speed increase and then some more skill impact when evading. So this will go off when you have this. So you have character ability to evade 3 times. So if you go off with the plus ultra, then you're able to use this here. You're going to also get that skill impact increase since you're evading if you have that active still. So his second action skill, emergency evasion, increases character's power by 25% for 3 turns, increases character's speed by 35% for 3 turns, character's critical hit rate decreases by 20% for 3 turns. Okay. Whew. Then also gives character ability to evade 1 time when using a successfully executed skill chain, up to 3 times depending on the number of successfully executed skill chains. Okay. Weird wording on that. I assume you just have to, I assume it's 3 times if you successfully execute a skill chain. I assume that's what that means. but both their cooldown times of 4. So when the battle starts, increases speed of all allies for 3 turns by 25% and decreases character's critical hit rate by 20% for 3 turns. Also increases character power by 5% when landing a critical hit. When a critical hit is not made up to 20 times. Okay. So you're getting 5% power when you don't land a critical hit. I'm assuming that's what that means. Then also up to 20 times, if you're not landing criticals, 5 up to 20 times, that's 100% power buff. Okay, interesting. When a character's critical hit rate is decreased on a second action skill, by the way, increases character's power by 30% and speed by 25%. Also gives character ability to use 2 normal attacks when evading. So when your critical hit rate is decreased, which when battle starts, or when the battle starts, you're going to get that critical rate decrease. So you're going to get this power increase and also the speed increase, which then you're also going to get this off because your speed is increased. So on your first action skill, you're getting that extra skill impact. And then if you use this, it decreases the character's critical hit rate. So you're still going to get that power buff. And then also gives you the ability to evade. When you have the ability to evade, you're going to get this off as well. And then as well, when you're evading, again, when you get up to your plus ultra, you're also going to get that extra 30% skill impact when evading here. And then it's also going to give you 3 more evades after that. So, I mean, Gran Torino sounds like the best unit of the 3, to be honest. I like Gran Torino. He actually works a lot with himself very easily. And his kit just looks more viable than the other 2 did. So Gran Torino definitely is my pick, especially for a free-to-play unit. Gran Torino is looking good. It sucks that he's not a UR. I've seen some people actually say that it would be awesome if he was a UR. I would agree. I would love to see a Gran Torino UR at some point. But being a free Gran Torino, I mean, I like him more than the Deku and Bakugo. I do like Deku more than Bakugo as well in terms of character. So Bakugo, meh, not so much. Deku is okay. His skills are very he's got like all over the place type of skills. And then Gran Torino being the best of the 3 in my opinion, even as a free to play unit, Gran Torino is definitely really good. Not crazy stupid busted, but Gran Torino overall still is good. So here we have the new memories. Let's just take a look at those and that'll be it here. So we have the new UR memory, a hero I look up to. Oh, this memory art is so cute. Love it. So makes character static for 3 turns when battle starts, increases character skill impact by 40% if there are any heroes on the team, literally any hero character, whether it be a student or a pro, literally easy. And then also increases character skill impact by 25% if All Might is on the team. So that is dependent on an All Might. So literally if you're using like Deku, Bakugo, you're probably going to be wanting an All Might on the team. I mean, we have the free to play Fantasy All Might that we had, so anyone should be able to have that character. Then we also have like Blue All Might. Blue All Might might sound pretty good, I guess. But either way, makes character static and gives skill impact increase. Definitely would work well on Deku, Bakugo, or even Gran Torino if you happen to pull it, right? So this is all also at DX level, by the way. Again, if you want to check out the previous levels and all the like skill abilities as you level it up, check it out on the website down below in the description. Then we have the summonable SR memory, which is Nejire and Mirio here fighting in the battle, which is cool. I like, oh, Nejire, look at you. But there we go. We have gives character ability to evade 2 times after receiving 2 attacks from villains up to 3 times. So you have to be fighting villains, obviously. So this isn't going to work if you're going against I guess a UA student or a pro hero. It has to be a villain character up to 3 times. So that's heavily dependent already. That kind of sucks. Once per battle, regenerates character's HP by 20% for 3 turns when HP is below 50%. I guess it's cool for healing, but it's also once per battle, so that's kind of eh. This memory, to be honest, this memory kind of sucks. If I'm gonna be straight up, you have to face villains. There are plenty of villains to get, I guess, fight in the game realistically, but again, if you happen to go against UA characters or pro heroes in any like event types, you know, this is ultimately useless for this. And then once per battle, boom, this is useless after that. So this memory is just kind of meh. I don't know. It's meh at best, but I think it sucks. So that's what I think of the summonable SR memory. Then we have the free-to-play event memory here, which this art looking sick, by the way, love it. Increases character's power by 25% for 3 turns when equipped to a UA high student. Again, kind of majority of the characters in the game at this point, but so should be pretty easy. Increases character's critical hit rate by 25% for 3 turns if there are any UA high teachers on the team. So All Might, Aizawa, President Mike, etc., right? So, you know, you probably should have at least a UA high teacher on your team if you're probably using this at any point, because that's critical hit rate is going to be nice. Also shortens action skill cooldown time by 1 every 2 turns up to 2 times. So that's not too bad. I like that. I think that this is the better SR memory of the two. So this one's good. The UR memory is okay. I don't think it sucks, but I don't think it's crazy good either. I think the UR memory is okay. The SR memory I think is cool for a free SR memory. Very, very good, I would say. And I believe you could use this memory in more cases than the UR and the other SR. So definitely this is the best one of the. It looks like the free-to-play stuff is the kind of the better of the bunch in this data download. So that's very interesting. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Down in the comments down below. What do you guys think of the Bakugo, the Deku, the Gran Torino, the memories, etc., etc.? What do you guys think is going to happen for the 1-year anniversary? We are leading up to it. It's going to start on the 15th. Expect the data download on the 9th or 10th of February, roughly. But with that, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day.